What is going on, YouTube? Back at it with a couple more profiles. Over the next few days, I'm going to actually be uploading a few different profiles for BT5 format. So this one we're going to start with is blue. You guys already saw my black. You guys have seemed to really like that one, so we're going to go ahead and jump in here. The one we're playing now is actually the one I built for my older nephew, and he seems to really enjoy playing it. There's a couple of things in here I definitely want to change about the deck, and it's only because BT1 has been a little hard in our area to pick up certain things. Sorry, I'm still trying to get the camera right for this new tripod, so I'm trying to make sure it looks good for everybody. So BT1's a little harder to pick up in our area, so there's some stuff I haven't been able to really find super easy. So I'll kind of go over those options like when I'm going through the deck. So we'll start with the babies. It's going to be 2 Upamon, 2 Bukamon, and 1 Demi. Truthfully, it should be 4 of the Upamon and 1 of the Bukamon. Like I said, like BT1 has just not been the easiest to find in the area. But that is definitely the optimal, personally. So 4 of these and then 1 of that guy. Get into the level 4, or level 3s. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the Balukamon. Dude's really cool. I mean, it's a base for your starting for, since we are playing the, how do you pronounce his name? The Hexeblaumon, I believe is his pronunciation. But we got 4 of these. And then we've got 4 of this Gabumon. Truthfully, this should be the on-play draw 1 Gabumon, since we're not actually playing any, Garurumon or Omnimon in this build. It's just, again, BT1's a little harder to find. And then we get into 4 of these. I say BT1's really hard to find, and then we have 4 of these. For some reason, locally, these were much easier to find than BT1 rares. It's really weird. This thing, just, you gain a memory when you trash a Digivolution source, which is great. And then I have said it time and time again, I truthfully love playing 2 cost drops for level 3s. And so I kind of made sure my nephew did too. So there's level 3s. I'm going to go ahead and get into the level 4s. We're going to start off with the 1 cost Evo Tobumon. Even if you start with him and no level 3s, he's an easy 3 drop, which is great. And then the new 1 cost Evo blocker, Coelamon, super great. Just being 1 cost to try to memory starve, and it's such an easy drop for a blocker. And then for the Paildramon, being able to trash up to 2 off of one of your opponent's Digimon is great. So let's continue on with the level 5s. And if you guys have any ideas for the deck, let me know down below. I will absolutely take ideas, opinions, stuff like that. I love hearing like creative criticisms on stuff for what people think for decks. It's one of my biggest things is I love hearing it because I love building decks. We're going to go ahead and start with the 2 cost Evo Bostemon. She's great just for a 2 cost drop. And then we got 3 of the Chris Paildramon. 1 being able to get a security attack +1 for his source under your Hexeblaumon, and then Digivolving, trashing the bottom Digivolution. It's great. Of all of your opponents, is great. He's amazing. And then you have 2 Shakomon. Since he's treated as blue in an emergency, if you have to evolve over him, you can. And then making sure that all your opponent's Digimon that have no sources gain security attack -1, really can control the state of the game. So it's really good. Then we only have 5 level 6s, and then we're not playing any level 7s. So we've got the 4 Hexeblaumon. He's just insane. When attacking, you're getting rid of 2 materials under something, and then as long as something your opponent has no materials, he gains jamming, and your opponent can't attack or block with things. He's insane. So putting these 2 on the table at the same time, your opponent is forced to have to draw perfect options or things like that to really get out of it. But if you swing with Hexeblow, and your opponent is able to push something up after that, it really is hard for Hexa to come back It just depends on your plays. And then we're playing 1 Yule Force because of Tamer interactions with Sora and Joe. You can gain the memory and then continue swinging off of your Yule Force, which is great because you're suspending the Sora and Joe after each attack. It's great. So he's an amazing, just constant attack to try to push through. And then we're going to go ahead and get into Tamers. Woo. I was like, I'm not playing 5. We've got 4 of the Sora and Joe. Start of your turn, you gain 2 if one of your opponents, at least one of your opponent's Digimon has no sources. Sorry, nose itched. So he's great. And then when you attack with a blue Digimon, you can trash up to 2. The great thing about that is, for like his activation, you can still suspend these to target one that doesn't have materials if they only have one with no materials. Suspend this, stand him again, and then swing, suspend another one again, because you're activating it to, you're suspending this to activate its effect, even if it's not actually going off. And so all he requires is a blue Tamer to have been suspended to be able to unsuspend himself, which is great. And then we have 2 Davis. He's still good. The fact that you can search the top 3 cards. He also gets to putting you to 3 at the turn for your memory. And then if you have like 1 of him and 2 of Sora and Joe, you start your turn with 7 memory. This deck really never worries about memory issues. And then the last one is Takumi Aiba. Again, controlling the opponent is huge for this deck, so you're pushing back things like Rookie Rush. I know Rookie Rush isn't as prevalent as it used to be, but also being able to just draw free one off of his Evo is amazing. And then option cards, as with every blue deck, you're going to be playing 4 Hammer Spark. Card is amazing. Again, you don't worry about memory. And then 2 Cocytus Breath. I'm still not sure about these, what we're going to go forward with these, if we're going to keep it as the Cocytus Breath or not. I personally like it because it can remove huge options off the table that Hexeblaumon has problems getting around. But otherwise, I think it works out really well. So that is the mono blue for Hexeblaumon. So thanks so much, guys. If you have any suggestions down below, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this around, dude. I want to make sure that this community builds up as much as possible. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Peace, guys.